My name is Inês de Castro. I'm a Capricorn. I was born December 23rd, 2001. I was born in a town called Porto, which you might know as Porto. In Portugal is up north. We're famous for a wine. Port wine, that's where the wine comes from. I'm a massive fan of films. I love August Rush and 10 Things I Hear About You. I love actually Lady Bird and Breakfast at Tiffany's. I might do a video on that actually, like my favourite films. I might do a video on that. My height is actually a mystery because like every time I go measure myself, they always tell me the wrong height. Like when you go to the doctors or when you go and take your citizenship card, passport, whatever, they tell you your height. To me, they always tell me that I'm shorter than people I'm taller than. So I kind of measure myself based on other people that I know, and based on that, I'm around 5'9", 5'10". I'm one of those people that doesn't believe in like, what is your favourite song? Like I can't really pick one. I have tons. Another thing I might make a video on, songs that I like, but I would say two though on the list are definitely Bohemian Rhapsody for Queen and Freedom 90 by George Michael. There's two things I love, two particular sounds that really gets me happy, and those are bird sounds. I love hearing birds singing. Like, it's one of those things, I have a bird. It's one of those things that you can be, like, you can wake up very moody, but like when you hear birds sing, the world feels a much better place, at least for me. And I really don't know why. But yeah, it turns out that I love birds singing. Another thing that I really love is when children, when little children come up with jokes that are really funny and they crack up laughing at them. I love the sound of children's laughter. Not in like a creepy way, I'm not trying to be creepy, but I do really love the sound of children's laughter. Like I have two younger brothers and they come up with like the weirdest jokes that aren't funny at all, and I just laugh because they're not funny. And I laugh because they're laughing at their own jokes, and they're really contagious and it's really cute. I'm not really allergic to anything apart from rude people who are disrespectful. I don't really respect. Disrespectful that don't respect. Good. People that don't really respect other people's choices in life. People that don't respect other people's sexualities or religions or the places that they come from. And they're pointing out what they do and the other people don't. And people like that, I really can't stand them. If one comes and sits next to me, I'd be like, go away. I get almost like I get this itchiness. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like inside of me. It's like I don't want these people around. I don't want this person around. I have like a mental allergic reaction to disrespectful people, which I know can be weird, but true. I'm obsessed with tea. I think there's nothing else that I drink in the world more than tea. I drink tea a lot. Sometimes I drink 3 cups a day. And when I'm studying, I drink too much tea. I have like a tea collection. And to all my friends out there, if you don't know what to give me at Christmas or in my birthday, give me a tea advent calendar, then I'll be happy. Like, not to sound pretentious, but I really, really love tea. And I have like a little collection here at home, so yeah, just really love it. It's one of my favourite things in the whole wide world. Tea. Contrary to what most people believe, I actually eat a lot. But my favourite thing ever to eat is pasta. Like, if you cook me pasta, go to your house, cook me pasta, you're in my heart forever. And I love you eternally for the rest of my life. I love all kinds of pasta. I would say my favourites are definitely bolognese and lasagna, but I love all kinds of pasta. Another thing I really love is mint chocolate ice cream. Now, if your favourite ice cream is mint chocolate, where are you? I want to marry you, you're my soulmate. I absolutely love mint chocolate ice cream. I can't really explain how much I love it. I'm just obsessed with that type of ice cream. I can't really tell you how much. But yeah, those are my two favourite things in what? Mint chocolate ice cream and pasta. You know? Best dinner ever. Which is kind of ironic because I really like vegetarian food. Like, I love taste vegetarian versions of like foods we're used to eating. Non-vegetarian people are used to eating. I think they're always very good, very creative, with tons of spices. Yeah, so it's ironic that I just talked about how much I loved spaghetti bolognese. As I said, I'm a massive film, movie, whatever you want to call it, fan, but I cannot stand scary movies. I think I watched one my whole life. I mean, I did watch a scary movie that's not really a scary movie. Like actual scary movies, I think I watched once in my life. Don't want to repeat it. Hate it. I think they're brilliantly directed. I think they're some of the best directed films in the world because they really make you feel like you're not there in a situation. They make you feel so much fear, which is incredible how people can come up with ways, you know, to make you fear something that you're not experiencing. So I really, really love the concept of them and the way they direct it. Can't see them, can't stand them. I'm one of those people that if you say, oh, let's watch a scary movie at 2 a.m, I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'd rather be in bed than watch a scary movie because I don't want to have nightmares all night. I really don't. I love smells. It's like one of those things that I love very much. One of my favourite smells is roses. I absolutely love the smell of roses, and just so you can understand how much, my cousin gave me a bottle that was like this big of rose perfume, and I absolutely lost it. It was one of my favourite gifts that I had for my birthday, 18th birthday, was a bottle this big. It's right there, yeah, right there. This big of rose perfume. Absolutely love it. And another thing I love, I think, mainly because growing up, you know, my dad shaving and smelling it afterwards, you know, because I think when people shave, they come up with, you know, you just smell aftershave everywhere. I love the smell of aftershave. I've been this close. Oh, this segment is really about, you know, sizes. Okay, I've been this close to buying aftershave just to have in my purse to smell, which is really, really weird. But I'm a weird person. You know those really annoying people that you're watching a very sad, romantic, dramatic film and everyone is crying and there's always one person that isn't? Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, whatever you identify yourself with, that's me. I don't cry in films. Like, I think I've seen hundreds of films and I've cried in like 10. If they are 10. Really, I don't really cry in films. I don't know why. I think the first time I ever cried in a film, I was crying more about actually discovering that I was sensitive and I was not cold-hearted than crying about the film itself. I was like crying about being able to cry. It's weird, but I found that when I can see myself in a situation, I cry more than when I can't. And I think there's people that just cry in films because they cry in films. Like, I know people that cry in every single film they go and see. But that's not me. I can't really cry on a film that I don't identify myself with and like it can like think of myself in that position. You know, I'm not gonna cry in a film in which there's a robot. Because I can't. You know, I've never seen a robot in my life. I mean, I can see it, and it's cool, but I can't. If a robot gets like shot or something, I'm not gonna cry about that because I can't identify with that story. So I'm that annoying person. So if you're watching my video right now, you're watching a video of a very annoying person that doesn't cry in films. I'm really sorry. I love cooking. I absolutely love cooking. I don't think I'm the greatest cook at all, but I really do love cooking. I think It's one of those things that, I don't know, I find it kind of therapeutic, the idea of grabbing a bunch of ingredients and just making something really tasty. I think what I can do, I'm good at. But there's a lot of things I can't do. So I would say I'm an okay cook. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest cook because there's so many things I can't do. I couldn't possibly be like, I'm the greatest cook, when actually there's tons of things I can't do. So yeah, I think I'm an okay cook. I love cooking at least. I love eating and I love cooking. I know there's a lot of people that love eating but don't love cooking. I love eating and I love cooking. It's pretty straightforward. I'm Portuguese and I speak Portuguese. I'm doing a video in English and I speak English. And I also speak Spanish. I think it's one of the things like that's mandatory in Portugal in schools, that you learn 3 languages, like your first language, second language would be English, third language would be, whatever. But mine in my school was either Spanish or French, so I learned Spanish. And yeah, I speak Spanish. I've never been one of those people. I think it's like very common when you're a teenager to watch tons of TV shows. Never been one of those people that watches tons of TV shows. But right now, I'm obsessed with TV shows. Like, I've seen 3. I've binge watched. I'm in my 3rd TV show that I've binge watched. In this quarantine period that we don't know how long it's gonna be. Yeah, but I always used to be that person, like, talk to me about your favourite shows, and I always be like, I don't watch any TV show. So, yeah. Now I really like it. Now I feel like I can say that there's a few shows that I watch and I like and they're lots of fun. But yeah, I've never used to be a TV show person. I've never used to watch TV. I used to watch TV and I still watch TV. But right now I'm watching more TV shows than I ever did before. My first celebrity crush was Nick Jonas. I used to be so obsessed with Nick Jonas, I used to tell people I was going to marry Nick Jonas. And so my friends, when Nick and Priyanka got married, they were like, oh, Priyanka stole your man, which is a very weird thing to say when someone just got married, but it's like an ongoing joke with my friends that I've always been so obsessed with Nick Jonas. Like, as a child, always, when I say always, from the time I was 6 to the time I was like 10, I really loved Nick Jonas, and my friends still joke about that, but I'm the biggest Priyanka and Nick sheeper, so yeah, I love them very, very much, and it's like a weird thing to think about that I used to tell everyone I was going to marry Nick Jonas. Really weird. My friends mug me off about it still to this day. I don't think of myself as someone who is very talented apart from art. I think I'm really good at art. So it's really the only thing that I can do. You know, I love everything from music to singing to, which is the same thing but not the same thing, if you know what I mean. And writing and drawing and you know, filming and photographing and acting. Like, I think is the only thing that I'm really good at is art. I'm not good at sports, not good at math. Yeah, but art is definitely something I think I'm pretty good at and that I'm pretty proud of myself for doing. And I love it very much. And when I think about myself, I would identify myself as an old soul. I think I love the 20s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. I really like everything, the way they dressed, the music, you know, the visuals, all of that. You know, music videos from music artists in that time were just absolutely insane. So I really love that, and I think it's partially for me because I'm very aware and very familiarized with the time that we live right now. So for me to discover that, the time in which, you know, there wasn't social media and the way people did things was a bit more different, just makes me want to know more about it and love it more. So yeah, I'm definitely very much obsessed with that time, and I think of myself as an old soul, especially in a way that I dress and the music that I listen to and the films that I watch. And last fact, something that hasn't been in my life for that long, but that I find to be absolutely incredible and I'm very outspoken about, and then that's my love for second-hand wear. I love wearing clothes on second-hand, especially because I was trying to think of things that were better, you know, when it comes to the environment and to improve myself as a person in this world that wanted to make the world a better place. And I was making a list in my head of all the things that I could do to improve, and I've always recycled, I've always reused, I'm not in a car that much, I always walk, so there isn't something that I could particularly change because that was my life already. So I read this article about how secondhand was important because the clothing industry, fashion industry, is one of the industries that spends the most money, the most resources, and that has the most amount of waste. I mean, at the end of the day, when you go and buy new clothes, you buy tons of clothes, but then there's always a bunch of clothes that you put aside and you don't really know where to take them. So you keep them and you just pile up a bunch of clothes that you wear and don't wear. And then even the new clothes that you buy, they're made every year in bulk. People don't always buy all the stock of clothes, so there's always clothes that are left to waste. And a bad thing about that is because not only people worked for it, and in less fortunate countries, money-wise, but also the chemicals that are used in them are very damaging. But also, like, the dyes and the chemicals that they use in the clothes, when they're making them, coloring them, whatever, they then get sent to like rivers and seas and causes a bunch of pollution. I personally think, like, if people stop making clothes right now, like, if stores stop making clothes, you would have enough clothes to wear. So I think a good way to stop that is wearing clothes that have been worn before and not contributing to that. So yeah, I'm a massive supporter of secondhand, of reusing things, I'm an outfit repeater, I don't mind saying that, and that's something that I think is really important that I wanted to have as my last fact. I think another good thing about secondhand stores is that the clothes are really cheap and people that can't actually afford it can buy them and get clothes on their bodies. And the last thing I think is good about them, like, it depends on the stores. Like, for example, the store that I buy in, they actually give some of the proceeds, when you buy clothes there, they give some of the proceeds to causes that they support. I mean, in the case of this particular store, they give money to Africa. So yeah, I think secondhand stores are just one great thing, and it's something that you guys should support. And maybe we could cut down on the amount of clothing waste that we make every single year. So that was the last fact.